3. Hey, what's up? This is the Zack Snyder's Justice League spoiler review. As you can see, I'm not joined by one or two, but three guests. It is a fatal four-way, gentlemen, of differing opinions. It's about to get crazy and very, very fun. I'm joined by two familiar faces you've seen on the Green Lantern review, Edwin and Jomar.
Hello.
And
Good to be back.
I have a new face that you can or can't see, Mr. Seb Soriano. God damn it. That is his name, folks.
That's my actual name.
So, we've all seen the Zack Snyder's Justice League, and I have to warn you at the beginning, this is a spoiler review. So if you don't want to hear any spoilers, save this to your favorites and watch it later. So, first of all, gentlemen, what do you think of the movie?
I don't think of the movie.
No.
I'm just kidding.
You don't think of the movie, you experience the movie.
I have no thoughts on this movie whatsoever. Like, I saw it, and that's it. I don't care. Biggest lie I've ever told in my life.
Yeah, dude.
It's fucking amazing, just saying.
It is. Oh, fuck. But before we get into the movie, what do you guys think of the Release the Snyder Cut movement when it started rolling?
I was up for it. I was in it.
Yeah, I was in it.
We rolled out the hashtags and everything.
Yeah, we were all in it.
At first, I was afraid.
We all did that useless fucking thing that no one ever like accomplishes anything with. I signed a fucking change.org petition to get this fucking movie to happen.
Actually, I think I did the same thing.
Me too.
Pretty sure I did too.
I signed a fucking another one. I signed another one to restore the Snyderverse like a goddamn lunatic. Like, let me sign this digital petitions no one's gonna fucking look at.
I was afraid of screaming into the void for a while. Like, I don't even know if it's real, but just in the hopes that it's real, I might as well support the movement and in the hopes that one day it will become a reality. And as we've seen, it is reality, and it is fucking amazing.
I swear, Zack Snyder deserves it. God damn.
He definitely deserves it. After all he's been through, to finally see his vision come to life, it's incredible.
It was. Fucking was.
Zack Snyder's a good boy. He's the best.
He's the best boy.
The best boy. A wonderful, wonderful boy.
He's such a sexy 50-year-old man.
You gotta love the arm tattoos and the huge forearm that he has.
Yeah.
He seems like the nicest person, one of the nicest people on earth, too.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Close kayo.
You met him?
Because if you fucking know him, like, you gotta introduce us. You gotta have him on our podcast sometime.
Why is he not here? If you know him?
I'd love to have a chat.
What's your friend Zach not doing in this fucking video? Man?
I don't call him Mr. Snyder. I call him Zach.
Yeah, Zacky boy, Z-Dog.
I call him Z-Dog.
Yes.
ZS.
Let's start with the positives of the movie. What do you like most about the movie? Who wants to
Fight
start?
scenes, man. Holy shit.
Oh my god.
The fight scenes were way fucking better compared to Joss Whedon's. Like, the Amazonian part, like the Themyscira. Like, I just remember that Steppenwolf comes in, big bad guy. Then he gets the box and just fucks off.
Yeah.
But now you just see the beauty of combat by the Amazonians and how they take care of such a large threat. And it felt like a crawl. It didn't feel like they knew they were gonna win. No, it felt like they were crawling towards the end just to get this box away from him. I love Steppenwolf now.
How they initiate the fight rather than the parademons initiating the fight. Because in the first Justice League, they get shot by the parademons first without really seem like they stand a chance. But in this one, they fire the arrows at the parademons as they're coming out. It's like they want this fight.
Yeah.
A positive I would really like to say is like how different this Batman is from Whedon's version, and further cements my love for Ben Affleck as Batman.
Minus the Superman comes in.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Wait, did he actually do that in the first movie?
He did.
He had the biggest
was-
smile on his face.
Oh, I hated that scene so
So-
much.
Dude, I feel like I'm not remembering the Justice League as well as the rest of the world seems to be. I do not recall this at all. All right, some of the positives I'll give for this movie, and my cam will be going in and out because it's garbage. But the biggest positive of this movie to me is I think this is the most well represented women have been in all comic book movies ever. I don't think the MCU has ever done it well. Jessica Jones season 1 did it really well.
Yes.
Wonder Woman 1 did it well, but like in a manner that I was like, this could be better. Like this
Agreed.
is okay, but like Zack Snyder is like I think Zack Snyder should be the man to helm Wonder Woman. Like almost even more than Superman, I think Zack Snyder should be the guy to helm Wonder Woman. Because I think he has a really, like, strangely enough, the guy who made Sucker Punch seems to have a better outlook on women than like all of the MCU. And I'm saying this in a manner that like, all right, Captain Marvel existed, but I feel like Captain Marvel did a lot of self-justification for like Captain Marvel being an exceptional woman. I think they
Yes.
over-explained.
It too much in our face. I will say.
They over-explained why we should give a shit about someone like Captain Marvel. And I don't think that should ever be the case. I think, speaking with my own male-ass opinion, ladies, if you disagree, you can go on the comment section. You can at me on Twitter at Enzo Castillo. That's my
Yes.
that's my Twitter.
Thanks.
But I don't think there should be any explanation needed for why a woman can be exceptional in a world full of powerful men.
Yes.
Wonder Woman is easily the heavy hitter of the group. Like up until Superman comes in, she is the big gun.
She
And
was a tank.
how often do you see this in a superhero movie? Like
Yes.
until Marvel were literally fucking forced to do it, like they did not even consider the idea of that. Like they were like, all right, we got the fucking we got Black Widow doing useless shit on the side with the smallest Glocks you've ever seen. But like she's there. So we're diversifying here. We're like, yeah, we care about women. But
sure.
here, like the representation of the Amazons in a manner that like they are powerful and they are literally guardians of this box because they are more than capable and they are the heroes of this universe. The way Zach portrayed that battle that you guys talked about was just really great. Like these are just the best warriors in the world and they're the best warriors for a reason. They're guarding the mother box for a reason. And we don't need to explain to you guys what that reason is. It's just, they're the fucking Amazons, bro.
That one Amazon still the MVP that
That
ties
shot the arrow.
Yeah, that ties the mother box, shoots the arrow as the axe is coming down on her.
It was the best MacGuffin football scene since Clint, give it to me. Which was good. But this one was much fucking better to me. The bank scene was such good shit. It was such good shit.
As Edwin said, that shows how terrifying Wonder Woman can be.
Dude, she fucking killed those fuckers. There was so much death in this movie. During my first watch, I was like, I don't think this movie deserves an R rating. Then I looked at it again. Oh my god, all those people are dead.
Dead.
She
did,
literally
like-
vaporizes the last guy.
She replaces the bomb.
I don't really equate like R ratings with blood too much. And of course we've seen the Avengers and they killed like endless Chitauri or whatever. But like when I associate an R rating with a movie, I just expect people to excessively say fuck. And that wasn't the case, but it was subtle in how they earned this R rating because like when the parademons were killed, they bled.
They bled.
Yes.
I love that.
When
It's not
people
the
were killed,
ash.
they bled. Yeah.
It's not the ash like this burning char
Yeah.
like that
Yeah.
comes off of them.
Yeah.
This movie does not shy off from like expressing that they're taking lives here.
Yeah.
But yeah, all of this that they've been doing, um, it's all very different. It's all something we're not used to. Um, he like in terms of women, he just did things right. Um, in terms of the fight scenes, just highly superior to what we got to the original movie.
Yes.
And this movie in general is just a better version of what we got. Um,
Yeah.
Is it really that different from what we got plot wise? Not really. It's just a better execution of something we've already seen.
Yeah.
Uh,
That's one a positive, a real big positive I have to add is that this movie lets all the characters breathe and develop. Flash,
Yeah.
Wonder Woman, Superman breathes literally. Again, Batman. And I think we all agree that the heart and soul of the movie is Cyborg.
Cyborg. Yeah.
Cyborg had the best arc in the entire movie. That's just
Yeah.
my opinion.
Oh, for sure.
They focused on him, like they directly focused on him.
Yeah.
So I love that.
Yeah.
In
I don't
my
mind it.
opinion, the arcs that really mattered here were really good because like it was ranked from Cyborg, the Flash, the Aquaman, then to the ones we've already seen. Like you
Yeah.
could tell that there was prioritization for the characters we haven't seen in order for us to get invested in them because we've never seen them. Like I think Zack Snyder took into account that we already know Wonder Woman, we already know Batman. Even though we get to see these characters transform, the way they built the ones we haven't seen was really good.
Yes.
And this is a close to impossible job because I do believe that the Snyderverse deserved a lot more patience than WB was actually giving them, because this should have been, in my opinion, it should have been a BVS movie followed by maybe an Aquaman movie, followed by maybe a Cyborg and Flash movie, then followed by maybe Justice League or a Batman movie or Wonder Woman movie. In short, solo movies before the fucking group movie, right?
I
Hang on. Edwin, do you
Yeah.
have any positives to add on?
Well, I mean, Seb really listed a lot of them. I think something I really liked was how they went about their R rating. Because the thing is, a lot of R-rated movies these days are really like gratuitous about it.
Yeah.
I feel like,
Boys.
yeah,
they have
Well,
fun with that.
the
They have
boys,
fun
the
with
boys
that.
is a different conversation. But my point being with Justice League, I feel like they use that R rating very tastefully and very effectively.
Yeah.
And it was used as a storytelling device rather than an overindulgence of like fucks and like blood and like
Yeah.
tits.
Yeah.
It's not like someone who
Uh,
discovered the F word for the first time and starts using it all over the place.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Exactly. I don't like that.
yeah. It lends to the story feeling more grounded and mature without it seeming like it's trying to be really fucking edgy.
Yeah.
I would say.
And don't get it
Um,
wrong, it was
and-
kind of edgy though, but it was kind of cool edgy.
Oh yeah, well
Yeah.
yeah, but like
I mean, if we're being real, it was hella edgy.
It was,
It was
hella
just
edgy.
Yeah.
This is just the world's longest My Chemical Romance video. If we're being honest.
For
with
sure.
ourselves.
for sure.
Yeah.
Like, it could have been so much edgier.
Sure. Yeah.
Well,
all right.
yeah.
I think the last 15 minutes
To
of
a
the
degree.
movie was full on 2006.
Oh, for
Listening
sure,
to
for
"I'm
sure.
Not
The
Okay" in your bedroom.
As
The-
they're bringing
the
Your
Superman
LimeWire downloaded copy of "I'm Not Okay."
in,
While
they're
your
bringing
PC's going
Superman
through its
in.
AIDS phase.
Oh, you just hear it's like Helena at the back.
Yeah, it's literally you. It's literally a 12-year-old crying about a girl he was never with,
Yeah.
complaining that he was never with her. Those are the last 15 minutes of this movie, but we'll get to that eventually.
Yeah. that's a conversation for later. Another thing I wanted to talk about was just like Seb talked about how there had to be a bunch more solo films, and I agree. The thing is, like, I think Zach did very well with what he had to work with.
Yeah.
And in this movie, like, he gave everyone the proper time to breathe.
Yeah.
And the script the proper time to just kind of like be. And like Seb was right in saying that this is basically the same story. It follows all the major beats. Like it's all the same film. The difference is in the execution. And that's where I think like this movie really stood out to me.
I appreciate how they showed how powerful Cyborg can be. Like Superman and Wonder Woman are the two most powerful physically, but Cyborg can destabilize almost any nation by shifting around,
Shooting nukes
shooting
anywhere.
nukes, or
That's
like,
another.
By just an idea, he could shoot a nuke.
or like just stealing.
That's
all of
another
their
thing.
money.
They made us give a shit about Cyborg.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
Like-
love that.
Cyborg got an arc. That's all we have to say about this. Like, Cyborg didn't have an arc. He was just the obligatory black dude.
Wait.
No. Like, Cyborg in this film is an actual character. In Justice League, he was the MacGuffin.
Yeah,
He was the thing that would help us remove.
He was the plot device.
Yeah.
yeah, but also the obligatory black dude. Are we in agreement with
Dude.
this? He is the
Yes.
obligatory
Yes,
black dude.
yes,
and
yes.
Hollywood hates black
Yes.
people so much that they gave us 1/16 of a black dude. Like they gave us like a fourth of his face. Like
It's just like right here. That's it.
that's it. That's it. This is too much black people for this movie. Like we already have his father.
That's all we're gonna get.
Yeah.
you understand
Hey,
why the actor
The
was
contract
so mad.
states.
Yo, I gotta love that they took out that scene where Cyborg, just after being this doom and gloom emo boy, and goes, "Booyah." I'm like, oh no.
Oh.
That was actually the only thing about this movie that I was like, all right, Joss nailed that shit. Joss fucking nailed the fuck out of this. Because I was like, come on, man. Before I watched the Justice League, I was like, if he doesn't fucking say booyah at some point, I'm
I
gonna be
also
so
said that.
fucking pissed. Fucking say booyah. That's all I want to hear out of Cyborg. Because I grew up with that fake ass Teen Titans. Like the one that wasn't like the actual Teen Titans at all, that created an entire generation of Western fucking weebs. Like, I just wanted one booyah at some point. I think they could have fit a booyah in there.
Yeah,
They
But-
could've.
Yeah.
Well, like,
They didn't, and that's whatever. The movie's still better. The movie's still better than Justice League.
in
For me, it
Almost.
would not fit, in my opinion, unless Flash and Cyborg had their solo movies.
Because like
Like,
he
I would see
did
that.
get a lot less doom and gloom by the last act.
Yeah.
Like
So that makes more
it's
sense.
ironic that it took a war for this emo boy to like gain a
Look
sense
at the brighter
of
side of
humor.
things.
Like
Oh,
when,
okay.
when he caught Jason Momoa out
Mom,
of the air, and he's just like he's just like, "You're welcome," and then Jason's just like, "Ma."
Man.
My man. I didn't. You guys get your heads out of the gutter. We're good people here. No, I'm not. But yeah, that was a pretty nice, humorous moment for him. And I swear to God, they could have fitted one fucking booyah at some point into this fucking battle. But
they could have fit it at the end when they were all like standing at the top of the fucking like wall and shit. waiting
like
for
we
Yeah.
could have
Yeah.
had a moment
Like,
where
Cyborg
where
and Flash had a fucking fist bump scene. Like,
Yes,
they had
exactly.
that.
Yeah, he did.
That would have been the perfect time for the booyah.
yeah.
Dude, they could have totally gone like the Flash, just like freakishly excited that they just did what they did, and then Flash is just gonna be like, "We did it," and Cyborg just like, "Booyah." That would have
I
fit. That would have fit to me.
That would have fit.
Uh,
I
But-
do like that the Flash is like Deku now. He has a very Deku-esque energy for me.
look at it like this, bro. Flash is likable. Deku takes literally 3 seasons and 2 movies for me to like him.
Alright, season 3 Deku.
Yeah, season 3 Deku's fucking dope. But yeah, what another thing I like about this, we're gonna be since we're talking positive, let's take fucking some time because there are a lot of them. The humor in this movie was really good.
Yes.
I like
For
it.
sure.
The humor and consistency of tone for this movie was really good. Like there was humor out of it. It was easily like Zack Snyder's most optimistic and brightest of all of his DC movies. But at the same time,
For
the
sure.
humor never felt out of character. The humor still felt consistent to the movie. Uh, and when you go back
felt
and
natural.
watch the original theatrical cut, a lot of the scenes that were humorous but made sense, that felt right, were all Snyder scenes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The more less scene of Diana and Bruce like talking about not being able to recruit Mamwa.
The mouse.
That was
touching
funny.
scene?
That the mouse touching scene, yeah.
That was weird
but-
for me. That was weird for me.
I
Sorry.
like that. I like that because if I'm being real with you, as a person who's read comics for a lot of my life, Wonder Woman, Batman over Wonder Woman, Catwoman
Yes.
any day. That is
Yes.
like one of the
Agreed.
most toxic relationships in comic books ever. Like second only
To Batman and
fucking-
Talia.
No. That was full on rape. I wouldn't say it was a relationship.
That
Yeah.
was a rape.
She roofied him.
She roofied him.
I would say it's second only to Batman to Harley Joker. Like I know that's a high
Yeah.
bar, but like when you've spent literally 30 years playing the game of Habulin Moko, and Batman's like, get over here, Habulin Moko. Like you know, like that's such a toxic fucking relationship. Like their basis for being in love with each other is like she does a lot of shitty stuff, but there's just something about her I can change her. It's
I
the
can
most
change
Scott
her.
Pilgrim shit ever. He did change her, but still, fucking hell, not worth it. Diana was right there. Anyway,
I can fix her.
I can fix her. I can change her. I love her. Yeah, like everything in this movie felt super consistent in tone. The Flash is still a spaz in the best way. Like this was definitely more tastefully done than in Whedon's. Like in Whedon's, he was just the biggest fucking spaz ever. It felt
Yeah.
like a skit from the Amanda Show every time he talked. Like
Oh, that's reference right
Um,
there.
when he was explaining his powers while eating a pizza, that was funny and interesting. When he wanted to keep the Batarang, that was interesting. We already saw that. I Need Friends was really good. Not saying that he doesn't understand brunch as a concept. Being removed from this movie is so good. Because I get that he's a spaz, but you can't actually be thinking about the shit all day and also be really smart.
Yeah.
Also, Batman's right in front of you. Come on.
That's
Like they put great effort into turning the Flash into Sheldon Cooper in that movie.
Yeah, that's another thing that the Snyder Cut did well. I think it's just giving Barry more dimensions to him other than being the fucking comic relief character. Because
Mhm.
in the Snyder Cut, Barry had genuine, like, serious and intelligent and vulnerable moments
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
that just was not present in the Whedon Cut.
And he has the most important role at the end of towards the end of the movie, which is
Well, yeah,
Holy
the world,
shit.
basically.
oh,
Oh
my
my
god.
God.
Holy
Dostoevsky?
shit.
Oh.
Or is it Justice
Yes.
League? Justice League. He's like, what does Flash do? He saves the family. Oh, good for you, Flash.
Dostoevsky.
Here, he's
Dostoevsky.
Dostoevsky.
but this one he saves the fucking world.
Yeah.
Like he was the
Yeah.
MVP here.
Yeah,
Like when-
but he doesn't lose any of that charm either. Like
Yeah.
when he's being
Yeah.
serious, like it's the same. It's basically the same Barry we got in the theatrical release, plus the rest of his character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
DLC.
Yes, exactly. It's the EA DLC.
Literally.
movies.
Barry Allen. What do you
This
guys
is the
think of?
Star Wars Battlefront 2 of movies.
Actually, Jesus.
What do you guys
No,
think
but
of the villains?
Stephen Wolf is the best Stephen I've ever seen in my life. He's the ultimate sad boy.
Let
Yeah.
me go home.
Let me go.
That was his entire arc, and I loved it.
Let me in. Let me in.
He is
Darkseid,
the
please.
Steppenwolf is the biggest bitch to ever not be a bitch at the same time ever.
Yeah.
Like, he is such a bitch, but
But he's
he
also
is-
so fucking badass.
he's also
He is
really
so fucking
badass. But like, it's also really sad. Like, I'd say if the movie did something stupid, is that they brutally killed this poor boy. Like,
His what?
they brutally killed this poor boy. Like, what a sad death.
Oh yeah.
It's so fucking. They didn't just chop off his horn. They kicked him into his dimension and
They
chopped
skewered
his head.
him. They skewered him and tossed him back to his dimension
They
after
skewered him?
cutting his
They
head
beat
off.
the
Man
shit out. They
punched
beat the
him.
shit out of him. They lasered half of his head off. They skewered him. Fucking fastballed him into the fucking boom tube.
And before
And,
that,
and then they fucking chopped his
seppuku'd
head
him.
off.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, that's
And
not
then
seppuku.
when he got fucking home, Darkseid just stomped on his head like a rotten, like dude, like Derek Ramsey to Kamatis, man. Like, there was, I think Steppenwolf was a really interesting character.
For sure.
And this is a cinematic achievement in and of itself. Because as someone who's read comics, no one's ever given a shit about Steppenwolf.
No.
This is
No.
the most relatable and most gripping Steppenwolf has ever been. And this is a guy who's had a history in the comics forever. Like, Steppenwolf is an old character. Like, non-comic fans won't understand this, but without intending to, this is one of the best tributes to Jack Kirby ever.
Exactly.
That's true.
It's one of the best tributes to Jack Kirby, and giving some sort of meaning to these characters that have been one-dimensional for years. I'd say that Darkseid is still fairly one-dimensional up to this point in the art, because he just sounds like he is so fucking done. Like, I don't know why he wants to conquer everything. I really don't. I just know that Steppenwolf fucked up, and he just fucking exiled him.
And he just wants to go home. God damn.
Kind of like how Darkseid.
And that's the other sad thing. When he got home, he did get to go home. Dead.
Dead.
His head. Sent.
He finally got to fulfill what he always wanted to throughout the whole movie. And because he was the villain, they just made that the saddest fucking portion of the movie. Because the more you think about how Steppenwolf died, the sadder it gets.
I'll agree to that. I will agree to that.
Like how half the time he wasn't speaking, Darkseid kind of sounds like a T-Rex just growling.
How do you know how a T-Rex sounds like? Because you watch Jurassic Park? No one
No,
knows what a
follow-
T-Rex sounds like.
Fine.
All we
Jurassic
know-
Park's
for-
T-Rex
For
growling.
all we know, T-Rexes sound like Cardi B when she's happy. She's just like, I just know that there was a T-Rex out there who was like, ow. Like, that to me, like, no one knows what a T-Rex sounds like. Maybe Godzilla, because like at least Godzilla isn't real. We can definitely say what Godzilla sounds like in movies is what Godzilla sounds like. But yeah, Darkseid, like the voices were,
Voice.
they're
Oh my
just
God.
beefy. Every one of the bad guys sounded like Corpse Husband.
Yeah, the fucking.
Even
Wait, it was-
Mr. Starscream is sad. What's his name? Saad.
Desad.
Desad?
Yeah.
Desad. Dude,
Desad.
the mood. His name is Desad.
Desad.
Desad. He's just, I am the sad boy. He's such an asshole. He's like that guy that like Ronan the Accuser killed in Guardians of the Galaxy. The guy who just wouldn't shut up. Like the world's worst
Oh, yeah,
tight
yeah.
end for Thanos. That guy.
Yeah.
And they're the exact same dude. If you look at them, they look exactly the same.
Desad's a fucking rat, bro.
He is.
Desad's a fucking piece of shit. I hate him.
He's a Starscream. He just wants the big wigs to fail so he gets to succeed.
Yeah.
He's a
What makes you think he wants the big bad to fail?
No, I'm pretty sure Steppenwolf was a big bad. He
He-
wanted
he-
him to fail.
Desad's the motherfucker who tells the teacher he hasn't handed out the homework yet.
Yeah, he's that guy. He did that to Steppenwolf.
I mean, it wasn't Starscream's deal to take over, man. Like, I think that, like, Desad is just more like... this is actually why this movie is so, like, hypes up Darkseid so well because like Steppenwolf isn't the big bad, he's the medium bad. And if this is the medium bad,
What's the big bad?
what's the fucking big bad?
That's
Because
his
this guy
voice.
nearly did it. This
This
guy
is what
nearly
the-
did it.
This is voice though. I have turned 100,000 worlds to dust. It's like, holy shit. It's intimidating.
Yeah. But the question with that is, why did you turn it into dust? What is your deal, bro? Like,
He just likes it, I guess.
dude,
He's
is
looking
it
for this
Ash Wednesday
equation.
every day in Apocalypse? Like,
Yeah, he has like the cross on his forehead.
may I just say, like, Darkseid coming in, like, years before, right? The Earth. And he's just like, he fights him, right? And then all of the heroes unite, which just makes you think the Earth is pretty much fucked. Because they had, like, 3 full fucking armies. And the Lantern. And they could have lost that battle. But they did win it. But it's nice to see that the very next time you see Thanos anywhere near Earth, he's wearing chest armor now. Because Ares fucked him up.
You mean Darkseid?
Thanos?
Huh?
You said Thanos.
Darkseid. They're the same guy. Darkseid
Yeah,
is
yeah,
the original.
Same
Yeah.
banana.
Same dude, literally.
How do you pronounce his name before he's Darkseid though? I don't get it.
Yuxas.
Hmm?
Yuxas?
Yuxas? Okay. Okay.
Yuxas?
Bless you.
I don't know, fuck it.
Jesus Christ.
Yuxas Christ.
That's another thing. I think that battle scene was dope. That flashback of just them fighting Darkseid, seeing what's his face Green Lantern get his arm chopped off in the ring, look at Darkseid before it goes bye. It's such an unnecessary part. Like,
He
what's
was like,
up,
"Ooh."
bro? I'm out.
Junk.
But to see that Ares was the guy to really hit the killing blow for Darkseid
Yeah.
was just so dope to me because I did not give a shit about Ares in Wonder Woman.
He still had the
I did
mustache
not.
though. But
I
he
did
looked
not.
beefy as fuck.
It's funny that they
Dude,
gave
that
credit.
was just Remus Lupin's head
Yeah.
photoshopped onto a big buff dude's body.
Yeah.
Remus Lupus said with Arnold Schwarzenegger's body, pretty much.
Yeah, and I loved how cool he was presented here. I loved that scene.
For sure.
And now I'm an Ares fan. But I know what happens to him by the 1930s. He
I
tries
will
to kill
destroy
Wonder Woman
you.
by wearing trash armor. That was, right? It was trash armor.
It was trash armor.
I wish they stuck to that design for Ares instead of the one we got for Wonder Woman. The first
Yeah,
one.
yeah. But it did kind of feel like he was very Conan the Barbarian with it.
I liked
Like,
it though.
it just felt like a lot of animal parts. I still want the Ares helmet, like the one you guys
Spartan look like.
like the Spartan type helmet. The one we see in Injustice is basically
Yeah.
what I'm saying. Like that's how I want Ares to look. But like Ares even getting a push in this movie shows like how much love there was for this Snyderverse when Snyder was making it. Because like he built Ares up as something to be reckoned with before Wonder Woman came out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, he made Ares matter before we knew that Ares mattered. He made everyone matter before we knew they mattered.
I feel so happy for the actors who got cut out and then were brought back. Like, fuck
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah.
You mean all the
Kinda cut.
fucking people of color that we didn't cut out?
Yeah, exactly. That's the other thing. It's like kind of fucked up that the people that were cut out were Asians.
It's
Black
funny, yeah,
people.
that Asian assistant. I was like, he was never in the first movie. Where's this
No.
guy? He's not even
What's
that
his name
big.
again? Seattle.
Ryan Choi.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's like he's
Ryan
Atom.
Choi.
I'm like,
So racist ass name, just gotta say.
oh.
Like you know what dude, when I think of a guy named Ryan Choi, I easily think of that guy. Like before I saw him, I was like, that's a Ryan Choi. Like this just tells you like comics, sure, they got progressive eventually, but it took some time to like for them to make it organic. Like this is Ryan Choi. Like, yep, of course it's a Ryan Choi. I saw him last week at the pharmacy. Like, sold me my Adderall. Yeah, there are endless amounts of good things about this movie.
For sure.
Everything about it just felt like an upgrade. It really is the Star Wars Battlefront 2 of movies. Because like when everything was fixed in Star Wars Battlefront 2, Star Wars Battlefront 2 is hella fun.
Yeah.
I still have fun with it to this day. And it looks great, which is also exactly the same thing. Zack Snyder's movie looks great. Star Wars Battlefront 2 looks great. Star Wars Battlefront 2 felt incomplete as fuck. So did the Justice League. Just there were bare bones of a good movie somewhere in that Justice League. And it's nice to know that we aren't just like fucking conspiracy theorists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like for years, people were telling us we were fucking nuts.
Yes.
And that we were idiots for even following this shit. But we were right. Clearly, we were right.
Feels like Captain
There was a
Hollywood
movie, a whole other movie.
Vindication. Like, finally.
I will say, speaking of
So-
other bitches besides Steppenwolf, Mira though, that scene was okay. As much as I hate Amber
Wait,
Heard,
see, that's
I love that scene. I love that scene where she's being choked and then she starts seeping the moisture out of Steppenwolf's.
Why am I
Yeah.
not surprised with you liking the Mara choking scene?
That was coming to her.
He had it coming.
You get what you fucking deserve! But yes, exactly. That was right. That's exactly right.
That shit was
Because
sick.
one thing that people seem to really like undermine with Mara is how fucking powerful Mara is.
Yeah.
Like, she's easily one of the most powerful characters in the entire DC universe. Because she bends liquid. She has aquakinesis. And for a planet full of beings who are 70% water, that means she can take all of that shit out of you at will.
Yes.
She can kill armies alone.
Yes.
I could see that.
She can kill. She could have killed Steppenwolf. She really could have.
Yeah. That's why he reacted the way he just,
He was like, "Oh
noise.
god, get that bitch away from me." No wonder Johnny Depp doesn't like her.
One thing that the Justice League did do better in this case, though, was give Mara an American accent. I felt like it was very out of nowhere for Mara after Aquaman to go from
it was jarring.
Pip pip cheerio.
Cheerio, governor. Hey, governor. Would you care for some crawfish? Shit's in Aquaman's bed.
They're fish. The shit just floats up to the surface. It's okay.
It's long and stringy. Oh god.
I like Willem Dafoe, small cameo in the movie too.
Yeah.
I love the Willem Dafoe hair.
Yes.
Yeah.
Again,
Gorgeous hair.
Goes back
He
to
looked
what
like
Chuck was saying,
Morbius.
making people matter before we know that they matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There were a lot of things about this that, like, Cyborg's dad was great. I loved Cyborg's dad. He's one of the best things.
He was cool.
He never
The
learned his
relationship
lesson.
between Silas and Victor was much better, I think.
Yeah. The actor
This
never
is the
learned
most-
his lesson from T2 though. Do not fuck with
What?
AI. Because he's the scientist. He creates Terminators or the
Oh yeah,
for
he was
Terminators.
in Judgment Day.
Yeah.
He was that scientist.
I think in general, this is the most likable Silas Stone has ever been.
Yeah.
Because, like,
Yeah.
even in the comics, I don't like Silas.
Silas is kind of a fucking jackass.
Yes.
He's a dick. He's a dick, and he never really redeems himself.
Yeah.
And Cyborg just kind of tolerates him, and rightly so. Like, lalo na, like, if I'm gonna suggest something to the audience here, check out the New 52 stuff of Cyborg, because this is what it's based on. Like, everything about Cyborg here is based off of Cyborg's run in New 52 as, like, we're gonna make him a solo guy. And a lot of Cyborg's angst and edginess is rooted in his father being a dick. And sure, the father was a dick, but, like, you kind of understand the father here rather than just outright hating him.
Yeah.
Because you're right to hate him in the comics. I don't think it's completely right to hate him here. And this is what's mind-blowing to me for the movies, because there are a lot of things about this movie that I do say is an improvement onto what we have in the comics, which is usually not the case. oftentimes we find, at least me as a comic reader, I find myself going like they could have done better if they just lined this up with the comics more. And I find myself saying the opposite of that a lot in this movie. Um,
Yeah.
that Victor Stone arc was really, really good. I think
Yeah.
Flash has a better personality in this movie than he does in the comic. Because if we're being really objective about it, Barry Allen has never been this interesting.
Yep.
We love Barry Allen. We all love Barry Allen. But we wouldn't have a coffee with Barry Allen. We wouldn't have a drink with Barry Allen. He wouldn't have that much to say. But this Flash is really interesting because we get Wally West's personality mixed in with Barry Allen's being the first Flash.
Yeah.
So it's a really good balance of things to make the Flash interesting, and I wish Barry was more like this. Aquaman is infinitely cooler
Yeah.
when he's
Hell
Jason
yeah.
Momoa. He's badass. He's dangerous. He's a loner. He's a drifter. He rides at the back of fucking tractors for no reason at all. You can literally swim anywhere in a second, but he's like, I'll take the car. Yeah, a lot of the characterization in this movie was great. Also, another fucking thing, all the small shit that like didn't make sense in Joss Whedon, like all of it, literally all of it. You can put everything under a microscope and then watch this movie and everything explains it. Did you guys ever wonder why Batman switched suits at the end of by the third act, besides we need to sell new Batman action figures?
Atlas needs that new Batman figure.
Yeah, man. Come on.
Because they explained it. They showed you like the gauntlets absorb the laser energy.
Yeah.
So like, why not make a suit out of that? All of that shit. Like, that makes sense. I now know why.
That does.
I know
Yeah.
why Night Owl Batman is a thing. It makes sense. In the Justice League, it was just like, oh, okay, they just wanted to make two Batman action figures.
He a pilot now. He a pilot. He got goggles.
I can't believe
He's a
we're kind
swimmer.
of
He's a swimmer.
giving over the big boy, Superman. Oh my god.
Well,
Oh my
to
God.
be
Oh
fair,
my God.
the movie skipped over the big boy Superman too.
Yeah,
For
it
the
did.
most
Yeah.
part, we
Yeah.
did not get Superman until really late into this movie.
Yeah.
What'd you guys think of the black suit?
Everything was great about that black suit.
Yeah.
Like,
Beautiful.
I just
black
wish they
is
came-
better.
Yeah, I just wish they kind of gave a reason why he was wearing it. Like he wore it
You already
because
saw it in Man of Steel.
yeah, as not John's. Jor-El's.
Like it was in the
Under.
ship, right? It was
Yeah.
always in the ship.
yeah.
I think he wore it as a symbolic thing. Like he had the option of the red suit, but I think he himself saw this as his second chance in redemption and decided to wear a suit more likened to his world. You know, a reintroduction to himself. Of course, that wasn't explained, but like, come on, man, they gave us a lot of explanations. Just give us this. Like,
Right.
give it to the fucking comic fans, man, because this is what he wore when he came back after Death of Superman.
Yes.
You
The
know,
fucking-
like
Minus the long hair and the beard. But
You
yeah,
wanted the mustache again.
that's true.
that's it.
Party.
Zach did want to give him the mullet though, but like,
I would love to have seen him in the
Studio
mullet.
said no.
Why would you? The fucking
I
scene when
I would have preferred Superman mullet to Superman mumps. Because that was exactly what Henry Cavill with a digitally removed mustache looks like.
Yeah,
he
something
looks
was.
like Superman with the mumps.
He had an allergic reaction to something
Dude, it
before
was
shooting.
it was Superman going like, Batman, this is my friend Balthazar. He spits acid in my throat.
that fucking scene when Steppenwolf's axe lands on him, he's just not
Oh,
impressed.
not impressed. Oh, like, oh,
Freezes
and
the axe.
shatters it. Oh.
Yeah. Oh fuck. And then the Man of Steel team comes like, oh, holy fuck.
I would
Oh,
still say this is the most blatant display of bullying in a superhero movie
And
ever.
it was. I was like, oh
They
my
bullied him
God.
so hard.
Harassing Steppenwolf.
Dude, it was so mean. Like,
Did you
I
see
know
how
that
much?
I know that Steppenwolf is the bad guy, but they played pinball with him. Like,
Yo.
It's literally the equivalent of bringing your big brother to the schoolyard.
Did you see
I-
how much Wonder Woman enjoyed that though? She
I really
laughed beside
really
him.
thought that Wonder Woman was gonna be like Clark, stop. Like, nah, she was like, yes.
Yes,
Do it more.
Cal, he's dead. Stop.
Wonder Woman's a fucking Amazon, man. So the fight is what she lives for.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm not surprised that that kind of turned her on. Not the
Yeah.
Superman, just the violence, just
In
generally.
general.
Those are her spider senses. When she feels conflict going around, she's just like, I gotta watch or join or both.
Yes.
Dude, dude, they mugged that guy. Like, once Superman came there, they were just like,
Straight up fucking bully ball.
they just lit his ass up, man. They're just like,
I like how he punches him up, and then Superman himself flies up and then comes down onto Steppenwolf.
he does
Again.
his Injustice finisher.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
That's
he
his
does.
Injustice finisher. That's literally his Injustice finisher, which was one of the most uncool finishers in the entire game. But man, since we're talking about the fucking third act now, I hate it when people say Batman shouldn't use guns because
I
look
loved
how
it.
great it is.
He
when
was special
Batman
ops,
uses
man.
guns, dude.
Look at
Exactly.
him.
He was a COD operator.
Like, yo, look at this guy. Holy shit. He's John Wicking those like parademons off
Yes.
the sky. I'm like, god damn, that's cool.
He's like, this AR's out. Let me take the fucking anti-air cannon. Oh, this anti-air cannon's out. Let me get another AR. Oh, okay. It's time for anti-air cannons again.
I was gonna say tactical nuke.
I also
I'm pretty
like.
sure he's not gonna do that though.
No.
I also like how technically efficient the parademons are. Because, like, sure, a lot of them died, but they weren't shit. These weren't stormtroopers.
They tried. They look like they really tried.
Dude,
Go up
one
against
of
They
them
were
God.
got-
doing things.
Dude, one
Yeah.
of them shot the
The
Flash.
Flash.
But yeah, that I don't know. That guy was an ace. Sadly, he's
Dude.
gone now.
Someone hired him. Like,
Look,
That man-
they took out the Flash. They took out the Batmobile.
The Batplane too. Well, not really. Not
they
really.
did take out the Batplane. The
No,
Batplane
'cause
was
he-
pretty fucked.
No, the Batplane comes in as they're like standing on the wall and they're like together and everything.
There was just a lot that happened here, man.
It's
They
alright.
destroyed the fucking Batmobile for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Um,
The F1 tank, I love that thing.
dude, the big gunners were so good at their jobs. Like, considering all the shit that was happening, the big gunners were like, they're the real Parademon MVPs, you know?
The
Yeah.
one parademon that's used to Flash is like, rest in peace, Bob, the parademon. He'll forever be remembered. It's the best.
I love that his name is Bob.
Bob the Parademon.
Yeah.
Robert Parademon.
Can we just make a page for him? Justice for Rob the Parademon, who shot the Flash.
Well, while we're fucking at it, we should also probably make a fucking tribute page for Lunch Stormtrooper.
Yeah.
Just
That poor
wanted his
bastard.
lunch. But
Hey
we're
guys,
crazy.
what's going
Blue
on?
milk, goddammit.
Yeah,
Oh man.
it's Jello Day. I've waited for this. Oh, what the hell happened?
Oh,
What the hell happened?
Oh, I will say, since we're at the third act, I love it that once Superman came in, it didn't feel like everybody else was just useless now.
Useless.
Because that's what it felt like in the Joss Whedon cut, where once Superman came in, he did everybody's jobs for them. That's what
Yeah.
it felt like.
Mm.
Like, especially the Flash, like, oh, I hear civilians. Oh yeah, the Flash is taking care of it. No, there's more. Bye. I'm like, no, let the Flash do his thing, god damn it.
Like, the Flash's whole thing is that he's really, 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 really fucking fast.
Yeah, but now that they emphasize like, oh, Superman might be faster, I'm like, but then what's the point of having the team if Superman can do everything?
I think once Superman arrived in the Justice League, I think everyone could have just taken a seat and been fine.
Yeah, But I love how it was played out though that everybody had a part to do.
Yeah.
But once again, this was really well balanced because look what happened when Superman arrived. Sure, they got to beat the shit out of Steppenwolf, but they failed.
They failed,
Yeah.
even though he
They
did. Yeah, that's what I love.
That was the biggest twist of the
Yeah.
whole movie, that they failed. I thought they were gonna get to do it, but they fucking failed. And then we got another swerve by having Barry break the
cool.
fucking space-time continuum.
continuum.
Holy shit.
Holy shit! That
I
was
think-
that was such a good swerve. They were like, yeah, they're gonna fail, and then Barry's just gonna bring everything back to where it should be. And I was like, what?
I was kind
While
of getting.
having a full-on one-sided conversation with his dad who wasn't there. I just want you to know, Dad, your dad was one, or your son was one of them, one of the best of the best. And I was like, I love this really fast man who desperately needs to be taught how to run.
Just
It's like this man's never seen anyone run. Like,
you could put lore into it. He's bending time and space, but it still looks stupid.
I mean, he did tell
Dude,
Bruce
he-
that.
he looks
I
like what
do-
would have happened if Vince McMahon power ran to the ring instead of walking. No chance.
One chance.
Oh man.
Um,
Since we're talking about the third act now, can we just take a moment to appreciate that one group shot the five of them had?
Oh,
uh,
that was beautiful. I love that scene.
That was straight up goosebumps for me. I just
Sorry,
wanted to
but-
put that out there.
The thing that stood out to me the most was just Superman's black clothing. Like even the black cape, I was like, even in that shot, I was like, that's just beautiful.
What another thing that I like that will backtrack to where we currently are with talking about the story is Batman was such an optimistic character in this movie.
Yeah, that was weird.
This
Like,
was the most
Yeah.
optimistic Batman's ever fucking been, and I love it.
one weird thing for me was like he kept saying faith. I was like, why not use hope? Like that's kind of a weird. I feel like hope would have been more like.
Because
physical,
it's so
coherent in
against it. Like, it just shows how much it changed him. Because up until this time, Batman was like, I can only believe in the things I can see and touch. Like, they emphasize the living shit out of that in BVS. And for Batman now to have to rely on something he can't be sure about in order to accomplish a job he can't be sure he can do, the only thing he can run on is what is just his faith in humanity. Superman brought that back to him.
I do like that. I don't mind the Batman here and now.
I
It's
like
fine
that
with
he. I like that he was more optimistic than even Alfred.
yes.
Despite all the doubts that anyone may have and rightly should have about the situation coming, Batman has faith in the people around him and the world itself that it can turn itself around. If you go back to BVS at the end, Batman talking about what happened to the world after Superman left and that entire thing, he was talking about faith there already.
Yeah.
This was not a mistake. This was something they built to at the end of BVS. And it's fucking beautiful because it shows the kind of 180 that Superman caused Batman to do. And it was a 180 that Batman needed. Because he was just a homicidal maniac. In fact, like we could make an entire fucking video on why BVS was misinterpreted by everyone. And one of the reasons BVS was misinterpreted by a lot of people is people were under the impression that Batman was a hero. In BVS, he was the villain until the third act.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
if people viewed Batman as anything else other than a villain in the BVS movie, then they read the entire fucking movie wrong.
For sure. That's another thing I really just give mad props to Zack Snyder for, is just creating this sense of flow between the three movies. Man of Steel, BVS, Justice League. And you see it too because BVS literally starts at the climax of Man of Steel. and Justice League literally starts at the end of BVS. And with Batman's character in particular, like you're right, Seb, that he's not the hero of BVS. Like it's showing that he's the fucking bad guy.
Mhm.
And that's why like I don't get the people that say this Superman isn't Superman. Because what he literally does here is he gives Batman's humanity back to him, which was Batman's whole fucking story in these movies.
Mhm.
He's literally he's the most Justice League is the most human he's ever been.
I guess
That's true.
that.
That's true.
That is very true.
I'd actually even argue that this is the most human Batman's ever been. Period.
Yeah,
Like the Snyderverse is the most human Batman has ever been presented, because in the comics he doesn't really feel human. He's just technically human, and here they actually gave him real character development, which Batman in the comics never had. Batman's actually really regressive in the comics. That's why
Yeah.
for all the people that love Batman, like all the people
He's
who
a very
hate
static
Batman
character.
yeah, yeah. And to see this type of character development from him in a way that I'm not used to, and I'm sure most people aren't used to, I'm sure it was jarring to them. That's why they judge this Batman so much. Because they put Batman on a certain pedestal for so many years. And to see him so radically changed, it's uncomfortable. But to me, it was beautiful.
I liked it. I like this
sure.
Batman a lot. Like when he doesn't have the cowl on,
it was fucking amazing.
he was Bruce Wayne, charismatic billionaire. But when he had the cowl on, sure, a little tad bit optimistic, but he kept it business. Like he kept himself serious when he had the cowl on, which I kind of like. The duality of Batman.
I like how
I
even
like seeing
though
that there.
I knew the eventual outcome of the movie, it was still suspenseful during the third act. Because when the boom tube opens and it's dark, I was like, oh shit, what the fuck is gonna
Again,
happen
they
now?
literally fucking failed.
I thought when Darkseid came out, I was like, are we gonna have another fight? What's happening here?
I'll be real with you. I did not know how the third act was gonna end. Because
Neither
I know
did I.
this is JL1. Like I knew the framing of the Snyder cut, the Snyderverse movies, at least for Justice League before it came out. And to my knowledge, JL was not supposed to end well. Like that's what I remember from the synopsis that I saw. Like all of those. Like to my knowledge, Darkseid does fuck everything up. And
It does.
like this is a good change of pace because I thought like everything would get much worse before it got better. But this I think was like much more well done. This was exactly what needed to happen, like giving us the little Darkseid tease, and like not having this universe flow for the reasons of dumb avoidable mistakes was one of the things I really loved. There was no Peter Quill punched Thanos too early, so we got Endgame type of reason. Like we're getting like JL2 would happen for completely logical fucking reasons.
Yeah.
And that to me is important. I'd rather logic dictate the future content rather than avoidable mistakes.
When all the boxes lock together or synchronized, like, oh shit, what's gonna happen now? How does
No, like, oh shit, it happened.
Yeah,
Oh,
like
no.
oh,
Yeah, but I thought like, oh, Cyber got it, and the Flash is coming, right? The Flash is coming. I was like, oh shit, he got shot.
yeah.
But yeah,
like
I was so scared. I was so stressed.
like
I
They
was
lost?
so stressed.
wait, they lost?
They
Holy
lost?
shit!
And dude, that was so surprising. I was like, oh yeah, they're gonna do it. They're not gonna do it. They're not gonna. Oh, like, oh my god, they
Oh,
killed
fuck.
everyone.
Whoa.
They Dr. Manhattan Superman.
Yeah, when you see Superman like coming back together as Flash,
Yeah, I was
I was like, oh shit, it took out Superman.
Yeah.
Very
Dude, they literally here comes the boom, the Justice League. And I was so surprised. I was so caught off guard by the fact that they failed. And the fact that Barry Allen like did what he did. I was so swerved by that. That was so surprising. This third act is the most satisfying third act I've seen in a superhero movie ever. I don't know if it's because there was just so much fucking build up to it. So much fucking build up. There was so much fucking build up. But it was a really satisfying ending. And I think this is like the only, like besides Watchmen, besides Man of Steel, this is like one of the Snyderverse movies that I can watch over and over and over again. Like it has a lot of replay value, which is not something I can say about, let's say, BVS. Like I love BVS and I watched it like 7 times. But 7 times I think are the only number of times that I can watch BVS ever before I'm like, I'm good for life, but I watch the movie. But I love the movie. This I think I can watch forever and still not get tired of it.
Any last
Even if
positives?
it's a 4-hour movie.
Any last positives to add to the movie?
Hot dog.
Hot dog.
Hot dog.
Hot dog.
I like
Ganda ng
the
hot
shot
dog
scene of Luther and Slade.
Oh, I liked it. They're not forming like the League of Villains anymore. It's like Batman versus Deathstroke solo movie. I like that.
Since we're I'll just talk about this in the negatives.
All right.
So,
Okay.
Anything else to add? Is that all right? Let's move on to the negatives.
After a fucking hour.
After an hour of just
Jesus.
gushing over
Gushing
the
on this movie, folks. You can tell we really like this movie.
Watch this section go by in like 10 minutes.
like, it was right.
This is the Snyder cut of Snyder cut reviews.
Yeah.
We did so much build up for the fucking for us just to go to the negatives. I mean, you guys can start if you want. I actually have a lot of negative things to say then.
Oh damn. Okay.
I know Edwin, Drummer, and I find Wonder Woman's choir jarring.
It's not that it's not that it was jarring. It's that it got old for me. The fucking
her theme.
Her theme.
Yeah.
Her new theme.
It wasn't that it was jarring. It just got old for me really quick.
Yeah, and it didn't help that every time Wonder Woman was in scene, her mouth was open, so it kind of looked like she was doing the scream. So I'm like trying my best not to laugh while the serious part is happening. I don't know, it was a little bit weird. And the music was weird for me, in my opinion. Like the music didn't know what it wanted to be. Like if you rewatch it,
personally,
the music's good on its own, but how it was cut, it was kind of off. Like they showed Aquaman, like he's curing another parademon and going through a building, and it's all this rock song, and then he'll transition to this orchestra. I'm pretty sure a lot of movies have done this, but I mean, like it transitioned in a weird way. I don't know. For me,
eh di ikaw na lang mag-direct ng Justice League. Ano ba ang
sige,
back mo sa DCEU?
Sige, ako na lang.
Hold up, I just have to fix something real quick, but continue, please.
Okay.
That's really awkward.
The host is gone. The host is gone.
There goes
The host is fucking gone. That's so awkward. I mean, do we really just go on without him?
I guess so.
I guess so.
So weird. All right. Wow, this is really weird.
Yeah, right.
If I gotta give some negatives, I would say that I don't know if this is a negative, but this is one of the most overindulgent movies I've ever watched.
Oh,
That's true.
What do you
Like,
mean by that? Like
there was so much in this movie that didn't need to be there. I felt like watching the Snyder Cut is the equivalent of going into a car dealership. I'll go Ford with this one, right? You go to the car dealership, you go to Ford, and you go, I want the lowest tier Ford Focus you can give me. And then they give me a Mustang, like the most expensive one, with every upgrade you can possibly get on that Mustang. For the same price that you got the Altis. But you don't know how to drive a sports car at all. And all you wanted was a basic fucking Ford Focus. And this is way more than you needed. Way fucking more. But how can you complain when you're given way more than what you paid for?
that's true.
But there were a lot of things in this movie that didn't need to be there. For me, the entire nightmare sequence could have not happened.
Look, I have
It
my own
could have
problems
not-
with the nightmare sequence.
It
also,
could have
so don't worry.
not happened at all, and it would have been the same movie. It would have been the exact same movie.
For sure.
Yeah. Just remove that scene and then put in the Martian Manhunter scene at the end. And
Oh,
we'll
that's
find-
my
I think
other
it should have
complaint.
ended at the. I think the Martian Manhunter thing was the last piece of unneeded that could have stayed in. Like, to me, fine. You want to tease Martian Manhunter showing up, fine. But the nightmare sequence was so unnecessary. So fucking unnecessary. And this is coming from a person who would literally give both of his kidneys just to see Deathstroke a couple more times in that movie. It didn't need to happen. It didn't need to happen at all. The Lex Luthor boat scene had nothing to do with the movie.
Nothing
It
wrong.
could have been completely cut out of the movie, and it would have been the same movie. Because it teases the solo Batman movie. It does nothing for JL1. It doesn't even do anything for JL2. And I am the biggest Deathstroke fan in the world. I still mark out to that scene, and I love that it was a different scene. But if we're being real here, we don't need this to be here.
Just kind of a what could have been or what should have been.
Yeah, but I mean, I still
Yeah,
like
but
it.
we
though.
still don't need it there.
I still
it-
like it though.
Dude, I'm a Deathstroke fan. I'm a Deathstroke fan. I'd do anything to see Deathstroke at any point in this movie. But if we're being objective, it didn't need to fucking be there.
Yeah. Okay.
If
I'll
you're
give
gonna
you that.
right.
put something in a movie, at least have it contribute to the rest of the movie. They did not tease JL2 with Deathstroke's arrival. They teased Batman. They did not. I don't know what the fuck they were planning by showing that nightmare sequence, but at least you know it was JL related. The Deathstroke scene on the boat had nothing to do with the current events. We just know
Alright.
that one, Deathstroke's taking something regarding Batman personally, and two, Lex Luthor's still here?
I guess. Yeah.
Yes.
Like none of that had to do with what happened. Like, listen to what I just told you right now. Deathstroke has something personal against Batman, and he wants to kill him, and Lex Luthor is out of jail and told him Batman's secret identity. Tell me what that has to do with the last 4 hours of this movie.
The Batman movie. Or a Deathstroke movie, who knows?
It has nothing to do with Justice League. Like, it was just so out of place. Another thing that I found super, super unnecessary was the excessive amounts of Snyderisms in this movie.
Slow panning shots.
So many fucking slow motion shots.
How did he come out
Didn't
with a
need to
percent
fucking
of
be
how
there.
much slow motion in the movie? Like 20-something percent?
A lot of it. It's just
Yeah.
way too much. Just way too much.
A little bit too much.
I would have understood if every Flash running scene was in slow motion, sure. But for like, you know, like that TikTok, Wonder Woman getting a carton of milk and it's like, ah. You know, like Batman could have been taking a dump and it's like, ah. Like, I guess I do love, like, okay. It feels very comic booky because they'll make the most mundane things look important. But I just feel like a lot of the slow motion didn't need to happen. You know?
Understood. I can see that.
But then, like, at the same time, this was also Zack's chance to make the movie exactly how he wanted it. So
Yeah,
I
yeah,
get it.
yeah.
Let the boy play
Which
with
is-
his toys.
Which is why, like, I'm saying it was unnecessary, but the movie is the most overindulgent movie I've ever seen.
Yeah,
Because
it-
this is
it-
just
it
Zack
is
doing whatever he
overindulgence.
wants. Yeah,
Exactly.
it's him doing whatever he wants. I'm not gonna complain about it. I'm just stating the things that people could
It is what. Yeah,
complain
it's true.
about.
It's true. It's
Like
true.
if you didn't like this, then I understand why you didn't like this. You know, I personally like it because Zack Snyder could serve me a plate of shit and I'd still eat it. You know,
Okay.
I love the man's work. I really do. I am a Zack Snyder mark. Watch Culture Pit's Buckle Bum podcast.
Plug in. Look at
Plug
that.
in.
Look at that plug in.
Uh,
Shameless.
Love it.
I do not. I will not hesitate to say that I am a complete biased Zack Snyder fanboy. I don't like everything he does, but when I like what he does, I love it more than any woman I've been with. That's not a high bar, but like, you know what I mean. This Zack Snyder is really good at making movies that I like when it's in the comic universe. My second favorite comic book movie of all time is the 4-hour cut of Watchmen.
I don't think I've seen that yet.
Dude,
I haven't seen that
What?
yet either.
Did you not know there was a 4-hour cut of Watchmen?
No, I did not.
All right, so let me explain.
Bro.
The 4-hour cut of Watchmen is the entire graphic novel of Watchmen turned into a movie.
Holy shit! Oh my god!
This scene has
How have you guys
everything.
not seen this cut?
And so let's watch it together.
The 4-hour cut of Watchmen is just the graphic novel. They even have the Black Freighter in it. They fully animated the Black Freighter into Watchmen's
They
4-hour
actually
cut.
did. Oh man.
All right.
Oh my
And
God.
to
Check it
me,
out.
Watchmen is the perfect Zack Snyder movie. It's the perfect one. Like, even as opposed to JL, easily Zack Snyder's best movie is Watchmen, the 4-hour cut.
I love that movie. It's amazing.
It's an amazing movie. It built everything I was from like 17 to 21. Like I based my entire personality off of the comedian's outlook on the world. That movie did so much for my life and so much to traumatize innocent people from high school.
Yes.
Hi.
Howdy.
How are you?
Everyone present here has been a victim of the results of me watching the 4-hour cut of Watchmen.
It's true. Damn true.
Who raise your hand if you've ever been victimized by Seb post watching the 4-hour cut of Watchmen?
Hi.
I used to be a very bad person, folks. And that's all I'm trying to say. But yeah, a lot of the faults in this movie all fall onto the fucking style of Snyder. Like, if you don't like how Snyder does things, you're really not gonna like this because he just does a lot of the shit that he wants to do. It's called Zack Snyder's Justice League for a reason because he's Zack Snydering the fuck out of it. Like, he didn't like synchronize everyone's abs or anything, but like everything about it was Zack Snyder. And I love a lot of this. You know how a lot of people criticize the CG? I thought it was amazing because
The
like
CG was amazing.
because like a lot of people are going like, oh, the green screen is obvious in some places, but I love that shit. I love
Feels
it
like a
so
stylistic
much.
choice.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Because like in some areas, like a lot of areas actually, lalo na the Themyscira battle, like it feels like the foreground is very static while the front of your screen is everything that's in motion, and that to me is comic panel-y as fuck. Like
Yeah.
visually, it just gives you a different vibe. But other people who just want to criticize will say it's unrealistic. And that's another thing about what I love about the Snyderverse. They don't lean into being grounded. Like, the emotions are grounded. Those are human emotions. But the events are not grounded at all. They are very sensationalistic. They are very unrealistic at times. And they emphasize how fucking absurd all of this is. They lean into the comic bookiness of comic book universes. And if you don't like that shit, if you really like everything grounded in reality, you're really not gonna like this. But I personally thought that this is the best shit ever. Like, I love it when comics lean to comic books because stylistically, what I like looking at with my comic books at least is when things don't feel real. I would rather read a book illustrated by Jim Lee any day than a book illustrated by Alex Ross.
All
And
right.
Alex Ross basically draws real people. But I like this feeling of the lack of realism because if you want to immerse yourself in a comic universe, you want to make sure you can effectively come out of it by the end. And if a comic book storyline is very real to you and it looks fucking real, then it just kind of, at least to me, subconsciously gives me a really hard time to transfer back into the real world.
Yeah.
I like what he did. I like a lot of what he did that a lot of people won't like, is what I'm saying. I'm putting this in the negative side because it can be seen as negative. And if other people
For sure.
can view this as negative, then they're not wrong. They can't be, they're consumers. But I like it. But it has to be stated.
A small complaint is the Martian Manhunter scene, especially when he's like, Lois, the world needs you. It's like,
I was
motherfucker,
like, no,
they need
motherfucker.
you.
That was stupid.
They
that
need
was,
you.
I love like the Martian Manhunter scene at the end. That's the only one I like.
The end, yes.
Yeah.
Why
Yeah.
the fuck did he go to Lois's house? And why
As
couldn't this just be Martha?
Exactly. Ah.
Yeah.
Why
do you-
couldn't
what
that-
do you-
That was dumb.
That
was
was
weird.
dumb as shit. Like, I love this movie except for that scene. That was stupid. That was straight up just stupid. There's no justification for that. Because we get to see Martian Manhunter anyway.
Maybe he didn't join the fight because he's like, ooh, fire, bad.
See, yeah, it would have made more sense if
The
like
fuck up.
Fuck off, bro. You.
it would have made more sense if it was just the Martha. It was just actual Martha who came and visit Lois and told her, "Hey,
It
get
would
back
have
on the
been the
scene."
same fucking
It
thing.
would have been. It would have been the
It
same
was
fucking
the
thing.
same fucking thing.
Martian Manhunter ruined that whole fucking scene. That was
He
supposed to
did.
be a really like sweet, intimate
Yes.
scene, a vulnerable
Which is-
scene with Martha and Lois.
And then it became creepy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're like,
'cause,
how do you
like-
know these information?
Because Martian Manhunter was literally like, okay, you know what's a good idea? Let me transform myself and pose as your mother-in-law to tell you to go back to work.
Grabs the sangria, like, let me talk to you for a bit.
Bro, dude, like, Martha, it just made Martha look like she didn't give a shit about Lois.
She never visited.
Yeah, I was like, fuck that. Like, they never got married, so, like,
Yeah.
how's that my fucking business? I lost my son. Like, it just makes
Yeah,
Martha
exactly.
look like she doesn't care.
Lois texts back, hey, thanks for the visit. Marge's like, what?
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about? Like, it was really nice having tea with you the other day. The other day?
The other day.
I was at the farm.
I was too
I
busy.
lost my house.
I know exactly.
Moving.
I've been on the sidewalk of Kansas for fucking days, bro. Like, what are you talking about? I've been trying to get a ride to anywhere for days. We had tea last night. What are you fucking talking about?
Stop texting me.
And then Martha's like, Lois, it's the grief. It's the grief.
Man,
The 5 stages of grief is delusion.
that's such a dumb scene. Like,
It
I love
was.
you, Snyder, but that was the dumbest shit you've ever done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They should have just put like the final scene with Martian Manhunter was great.
Yeah.
The first
Yeah.
one really didn't need to be that way.
I was only teary-eyed when
It
she was
should have just
talking
been
to Lois.
Martha and Lois.
And then my
Yeah.
emotions were like, fuck that.
I was like, oh, yo, wait a minute. Why are you there?
It was so creepy.
Like,
Wasn't that
the
he-
world needs you too, Lois. Like, shut the fuck up. The world needs you, motherfucker.
Get your ass to Russia right now.
Get your ass to the USSR, you fucking creepy green bastard.
And that was the general from Man of Steel, right?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was.
Just
Yeah.
watching Zod tear Metropolis like, should I? The new guy can handle it.
Look, if a lighter comes at me, I am out.
Have you seen his heat
Dude.
vision? Fuck that.
The only explanation I could come up with to why Martian Manhunter didn't show up to the fucking Darkseid fight, to the Steppenwolf fight, was like he was too busy manhunting at a gay club somewhere.
I would
Like,
love that.
They
I
call me
still
the
can't-
Manhunter for a reason.
I don't completely understand the point of his name being Martian Manhunter. How am I supposed to trust a guy named Manhunter?
Your name's what? Excuse me?
My name is Martian Manhunter. You what? You what, man?
You what, man?
Tell me that you what, man? I'm a manhunter.
Look, making your fist big
on our
does not
side?
secure you.
Are you on our side? Yeah, man. Like I'm here. I'm here to help you guys. What's your name? Martian Manhunter. How am I supposed to trust a man whose name is Manhunter?
I can't even trust Hunter.
Exactly. If your name was Martian Hunter, then I'd just say you hate your people, dog. If your name was just Hunter, then I would maybe get it. But that's a weird name, bro. Like,
Kind of sus.
dude,
you-
like, the worst thing about this movie is it just made Martian Manhunter feel like a real creep.
It did.
I
I was
don't
blown away
trust
when I
this man.
saw him, but I was like,
I don't
wait a
trust
minute.
him. I don't
Oh,
trust him.
that's
This
cool.
man,
Wait, what?
this man went to Lois Lane's house when he had no business to. This man went to Bruce Wayne's house as he woke up.
I was
How
waiting
did
at
he-
the backwoods.
How did he know that? How do you know that Bruce Wayne constantly wakes up at 5:30 a.m.
He's a
from
Manhunter,
nightmares?
bro.
He's a manhunter,
Manhunter,
man.
bro.
You gotta get those details.
What do you all think of Jared Leto's Joker? Did he improve? Was he worse? Or
The
indifferent
dialogue
at this
wasn't
point.
bad. The
Samurai, like,
We have had a conversation about this. I'll let everyone talk about their thing, and then I'll
Alright.
talk about my thing. After.
yeah.
the left definitely got worse. I know I was in denial for a while.
got
It
worse.
got worse.
You were in denial of it. I'm like, what are you talking about? It's so bad. It was I'm like, oh, okay. No. Stop it.
Do that again. Do that again. Do his laugh again.
I think Joaquin Phoenix laughed any day. Any day.
I'm like,
Dude,
Alright.
Jared Leto's Joker laugh is the most unnecessarily fake thing to walk
What?
this earth since Gary Busey's face.
oh my god. But like the dialogue was cool though. I like that they're pushing each other's buttons and everything. Like
Yeah.
that's not bad. All right, I can dig that.
Choose
still,
your
the-
words. Choose
Yeah,
your
choose your words
I
too,
don't
right?
yeah.
Yeah, that's
Batman
cool.
was pushing his buttons. I think it was just Joker pushing his buttons.
Oh, okay. But like what weirded me out was Joker saying, "Oh, a reach around." I'm like,
Yeah.
was
Why'd you
like-
say that?
I'm your
"Huh?"
best friend. Without me, who will give you a reach around? It's like, what? Did I
Oh,
hear that
God,
right?
Come on, Jared. What is this ad lib? Did you put that in?
Let me just say, best friends don't give each other reach arounds.
Nah.
You guys are a few of my best friends. That's never
Awesome.
something I tell you. And I know that he kind of said it like ironically or like as a joke or whatever, or just to be creepy, but there were a lot of things he could have said.
Besides reach around, I'm like,
Reach around was like that was literally you like reaching for an edgy thing to say.
Yeah.
yeah.
I like when
I was like,
Batman
oh.
goes, trust me, buddy, and I will fucking kill you.
I was like, wow, he's down. I was like, okay.
Well, we're still on
He's down.
the nightmare scene. I really feel like Mara's dialogue got worse too.
I love it. Like she was like, I'm
gonna
ready
kill
to kill.
Superman, mate. What? Did you ever love someone?
I'll
Have you
stick
ever
this
loved someone?
spear in his heart. I'll shit in his bed.
Gosh.
You know what? You know what? I think I would have preferred that. I think I would have preferred that. I think I would have preferred. I'm gonna stab that son of a bitch in the heart, and I'm gonna shit in his bed. I'm gonna shit in his bed.
Just
I'm
full
gonna
of
shit
fucking
in his
Cockney too.
Just backwoods Cockney Mara.
Dude, I desperately want backwoods Cockney Mara. Like, you what, mate?
Oh,
Shoot-
bruv.
What do you mean mad?
Superman.
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 Hey,
Murdering
how you like
Superman
this?
on a Tuesday.
How you like it? It's kryptonite, innit?
Yo, that was good. That was good. That was so good.
God.
It's kryptonite in it.
That's kryptonite right there, innit? Put this in Superman's trousers, it'll be just another Tuesday, yeah?
Hire him for the next Peaky Blinders, why don't you? Oh my
Dude, I
God,
just
Edwin.
want, like, if we're keeping Amber Heard, give her a fucking Cockney accent.
Please, even though she does not want it, she has to stick to it.
This is
Yes,
what you get for fucking up Johnny Depp's career. Your whole career as Mara is gonna be with you using a
what you
Cockney
fucking
accent.
not just Mara in all of her roles.
All of her roles.
Are you fucking stupid?
You
The
fucking
movie's called
stupid,
Arabian Nights.
Bruce. You ever loved anybody?
You ever loved anybody? You ever lost anybody?
You ever shot in anybody's bed?
I'm getting lightheaded from this bit, my God.
I'm never gonna let this bit go.
It's the running joke forever.
But for me,
Yes, it-
when Mara said, I was like, sure you are. All right. Good
Bitch,
for
you have a pointy stick. And that's it. Can barely
Okay, it
survive
can
out
it
of
can
water.
To
penetrate.
be fair, that pointy stick can do a lot. I
Yeah, it can
genuinely
penetrate
think,
Superman.
yeah, that can easily kill Superman. Not even kidding, because like Superman's still vulnerable to magic, I assume.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
So it should kill Superman, but no, Superman killed Mara. And this is another thing I'd like to present. How are any of these people villains?
What do you mean?
Superman killed Mara. Steppenwolf choked Mara.
We're doing the
I don't
Lord's
think
work.
any of these things are wrong.
They're doing God's work.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't think those are villainous things to do.
No, not at all. It seems like the right thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it was either kill her or have her shit in your bed.
I mean, I don't mind backsmacking. What's up, governor? Like,
You
come
what?
on.
Hello,
Pip cheerio. Morning, governor.
Morning, governor.
Morning, Governor. I already shot in your bed.
Pip cheerio.
Pip doodly doo.
I've had my morning shit in your bed.
Oh, what you gonna do to Superman? Divide the internet?
Too soon. It's literally still happening.
It's
So
Like-
sorry. Right, good point. Good point.
literally no one has settled on that subject.
Folks,
Like,
if you
we're
don't know what we're
still-
talking about, just Google it.
Yeah.
Dude, the world hasn't agreed on anything since Man of Steel came out. Like as much as I love the Snyderverse, I do believe he's at fault for the divisiveness of this entire world. Like the day Man of Steel came out, all the Republicans and all the Democrats just fucking was like, "Yeah, man, there's no peace no more, man." Like,
I don't know, man. Like, it seems like Harambe was the entire Flashpoint.
I feel like Harambe was the start of this.
I think it was BVS or MOS, man. Like I really feel like once BVS came out, like we just stopped agreeing on anything, and we just started not believing what we were getting. Like we started believing that like there were like conspiracy injustices everywhere around the world. I mean, in this particular case, it's true. But then all of the crazy people started coming out with their fucking conspiracy theories. The Earth is flat. Why would you want it to be flat? What difference would that make in your life if the Earth was flat? Why do we care about the shape of the Earth?
Are we seriously putting this into the Justice League
Hell,
spoiler review?
no.
Yeah,
This
we're
is as
getting
long as
really
the
off
Snyder
topic.
cut
We're getting
almost.
lost.
We're getting really off topic.
Back on track. Nightmare Sing. Yeah, fuck.
Alright.
Still, I know
You
we're
can cut
still,
that out.
This is the dark reality.
it is. I know we're negatives, but I really like the scene. The last scene when Superman comes in and you see how scared everyone is. It's like, oh,
I was like,
Fuck.
shit.
yeah. It's like game over, man. Probably all died right then and there, if I'm being honest.
Oh yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much it.
I was so surprised that the mother box Unity was basically a Dr. Manhattan box.
The nuclear.
It can just
Bomb,
destroy
bomb.
and it just destroys all matter. And when it feels like it, it creates matter. It's a Dr. Manhattan box. It's the Captain Planet and the Planeteers of boxes. By my powers combined, I'm gonna fuck all this shit up.
Alright.
The mother box is synchronized to form Don Cheadle.
Tree. Everyone, all of Russia is just trees now. Actually, would make the world a better place, but like,
as you guys,
Unity explodes to just give us boom. You're looking for this.
we'll start giving their final verdict on their or rating on this movie.
Who wants to go first?
The
host?
I guess I'll
Or-
go. I guess I'll go 9. Like this movie is everything I wanted it to be, but like it isn't for everybody, and I do have my fair share of hang-ups with it that while are in no way detrimental to the overall experience, it does kind of take away just some things. But I still love the movie dearly. And I could watch it again and again.
I would go ahead and say I'd give this a 10 out of 10. Yes, there are negatives, but I
Ooh.
would say the positives, for me at least, outweigh the negatives. And it's in my head right now for being definitely one of the top 10 comic book movies of all time. And in
Alright.
terms of DC, top 5, definitely. Maybe one day surpassing Man of Steel. It's my favorite DC movie, or overall favorite comic book movie.
I would give mine an 8.5. I wanted to give it a 9, but like this is just for me a personal opinion. Just the music was really off for me. It just didn't know what to do.
You
But
can
again,
leave.
it's
You can leave the Zoom call now.
oh okay, awesome. But yeah, but I did love that it gave everybody justice. Like everybody in the team justice. Haha, tudumts. Yeah.
I'd give it a personal rating of 9 and an objective rating of 8. I'd give it a 9 out of my personal experience because to me this was just giving me a lot more of what I wanted than what I needed. And for the same reasons, I have to give it an 8 because there were a lot of things that didn't need to be there. A lot of overindulgent Zack Snyder-y things that could have been lessened that would have made the movie just feel a bit more natural and a bit more organic. But again, these are all things that I personally like. But there is room for criticism enough for me to have to give it an 8.
What was that?
Objectively as a movie.
You okay, Joe?
Sorry, I had a burp.
All right. What do you think the future of the DC cinematic universe will look like
I
going
don't
forward?
fucking know.
If
Well,
we're
according
gonna,
to the executives, it's dead. So
yeah,
no
but
future.
Oh,
if
wow.
the whole hashtag thing comes out, I'm for sure Zack Snyder
Yeah,
wants
but-
his injustice.
Yeah,
He
but
just
like,
wants his injustice
look,
so bad.
Snyder Cut happened. Stranger Things have come to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll hold out hope. I'll hold out hope, but it's not looking too optimistic right now. The WB executives still hate Ray Fisher
Yes.
Why?
because
Yeah,
they don't
yes.
want to help him with the Joss Whedon incidents and all those things.
God
And
damn.
I think Cyborg is a big part of this universe. And if they don't want to roll with Ray Fisher, I don't think a lot of things are going to pan out. So unless they settle all of these things regarding the blunders of what happened in the JL production, and just understanding that this movie made more money in 2 days than Justice League made during its entire run, and that's without having to put any asses in any movie seats. Like there's a lot of money to be made out of this, out of a platform that could very much revolutionize how we see movies, but they have to get their heads out of their asses before they do that. And I don't know if the current state of WB's executive board would allow for these things to happen. Hopefully it will, but we can only hold out hope that maybe it will happen.
Yeah. Any upcoming DC movies you guys are excited for? Or looking forward to, or interested in?
This Mortal Kombat like lineup, because that shit's coming out.
Within a couple of days.
Scorpion was an injustice for no reason.
Yeah.
So
is
I don't know
Sub-Zero.
if there are any DC. Are there any DC movies coming out?
There's
Batman 2022.
Huh?
The Batman's next year. I'm looking forward to the Batman.
Oh,
They just finished filming, dude. Pre-prod at least a year.
right.
I mean,
right.
post-prod is at least a year.
That looks really good.
I think that's gonna be a really amazing Batman movie. And like when I saw the trailer, I was like, you know what? I don't hate anything about this anymore.
Oh.
Like Robert, I forgive you for Twilight.
All right.
Yeah, and it's by the same director who made me care about an ape for 3 movies. So I can't wait to
I
see
mean,
it.
I think Harambe was the first person to make you care about an ape for more than 3 minutes. Justice for Harambe. Hashtag release the Harambe cut.
That's the secret.
Make it happen, WB.
It happened.
We can get the Harambe cut. Fucking, we're golden.
But then the YouTube description ends. Release the
fucking golden
Harambe cut.
age.
I'm gonna make a change.org petition to release the Harambe cut.
Restore the Harambe verse.
Restore the Harambe verse.
Do it. I think it would actually work.
God damn.
We have Harambe's fur digitally removed.
Oh man.
Oh fuck.
Oh no. Harambe talks about brunch.
And how Harambe doesn't understand brunch. Once again, Enzo, I apologize. This is your channel. We've gone off topic more than once. So
Oh yeah.
I
that's fine.
apologize. This is my first time
This
doing
literally
anything.
turned into a podcast episode.
It is. I think it's over an hour.
It
This
We're
is-
at an
this
hour and a
is-
half now at least.
This is the first time I've ever done anything out of my own platform. So like, I'm very new to this. So.
But
Speaking
you,
of
you,
which,
you gave a lot though. So-
yeah.
What do you mean?
Oh. Gave a lot
What?
of content.
Well-
Gave a lot of content.
This is what I fucking do. Like, talking shit is all I know. No, like I think that's my entire personality, man. I don't think I know anything else other than talking shit. But for once, I'm talking shit positively. I have very few bad things to say about this movie. So,
Same here.
Speaking of which, do you have anything to plug in?
how about you guys? Do you guys have anything to plug
Nah, I got
Uh,
nothing.
well-
Alright.
You can follow Jomer at J. No, I'm kidding.
No, don't you dare.
in?
I
You can follow Jormar if you see him on the streets. Just back to his house. Then like wear a
just say hi.
disguise of one of his friends and tell him to go back to work.
Oh man.
Gotta go out
Ow.
to the world again, bro.
God.
How about
Anyway.
Edwin? How about Edwin?
Yeah, I have a Twitch channel. I talked about this on last time I was here, but I do have a Twitch channel where I stream a bunch of video games and shit. Twitch.tv/Unity. I stream on, here in North America, I stream on Tuesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. There in the Philippines, it's Wednesdays, Saturdays, and Sundays. It's a pretty regular streaming schedule. Come by, we can chill, have a good time,
Damn, that's my first time hearing about this. Now I know the details. Now I'll watch it. I am I'm a part owner of a channel called Culture Pit. We make a lot of podcasts on things like wrestling, all this geek shit. Sometimes we make podcasts on just things that people go through in life. And if you want to hear me talk more shit about literally anything, follow at Real Culture Pit on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook.com/Real Culture Pit. We just created a TikTok, but I don't know what it's called. So just check that out on our page if you feel like it. I don't even know what's gonna fucking go on that TikTok, bro. So like, I obviously have a grip on my own platform. I obviously keep track of all the things there. So
You can find links in the description down below. And you can follow me on Instagram and on Twitter as Gandalfus1995. Small letters, no space, no nothing. And what do you guys think of the Snyder Cut? Did you like it? Did you think it was gay? Did you not like it? Please comment. All opinions are valid, but please be civil in the comment section. Sure. And that's all for today, folks. I have a few more videos coming out. Some with Jomar. I would love to have Seb and Edwin back on future videos that I'll do.
Ayo.
For now, stay safe, stay awesome, and as always, I'll see you next time. Goodbye.